Hi everybody, Wave 3 News Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Hokey video blog update. I'm in for Kevin Harned this Tuesday evening, so I thought I'd give you an update on what could be some very heavy rain that we see as we move toward our Thursday. We'll keep you updated on that in just a second. Let's go through our weather headlines. Storm chances are going up. Tomorrow we may see some scattered storms, but it's especially Thursday and Friday when we see the best storm chance. Thursday being the underscored and bolded text there. Heavy rain's a possibility during that period of time. Isolated instances of flash flooding are possible. Today we had some issues up near North Vernon with an isolated thunderstorm up there that caused some water to go over the roads. So the ground is saturated in a few spots, and that could cause some trouble in a few areas. But the heat eases, mid-80s by late week, I should say, as those thunderstorms become kind of a nuisance. Outside this evening, kind of a hazy look to things. Still some convective debris, as we call it. That's basically cloud debris from the thunderstorms we had earlier over us. It's holding temperatures down to the lower 80s. Upper 70s in a few spots now. Doppler radar view shows a stronger storm moving through Madison, Indiana. Some 40-mile-per-hour winds possible up that way as of this recording. Some lightning especially just north of town up that way. But, I mean, really, this is not a huge deal. We've not seen any warnings of the severe weather nature today. Just that one flash flood warning up toward North Vernon. There's that pesky stationary frontal boundary we talked about in the news 5, 6, and 7 that was causing, or helping to cause at least, some of the mess when it comes to thunderstorms trying to develop. This is going to be the culprit for even more of a mess as we move throughout our Thursday, especially when we add an impulse from the Gulf of Mexico, the tropics moving in, and that's going to just add fuel to the fire, if you will, when it comes to our storm chances. Nothing severe at this point, but the heavy rain is going to be the problem. Overnight tonight, maybe an isolated storm or two, especially after 3, 4 a.m. We're starting to pinpoint a disturbance moving in that may try to trigger some of that. Tomorrow morning, fairly dry, especially late morning, I think will be pretty dry out there as it feels just downright nasty out there. I mean, we're talking high humidity. That's not going away, really, anytime soon. Tomorrow, big day for music in Wave Country, especially here in Louisville. WFPK's Waterfront Wednesday. You'll see at 6 o'clock, it's still pretty warm out there. 86 degrees, still have a 40% storm chance in there. That may cause some problems. But the late night sets, I don't think there'll be a problem. I mean, 8 p.m., 30% chance of a storm. We're starting to lose it by that point. 10 o'clock especially, we'll be in decent shape. I'm excited about this. The Coldplay concert is happening tomorrow at the KFC Yum Center. Heading out to dinner beforehand, pretty decent chance of storms somewhere in the area. It may not hit downtown. Let's hope it doesn't. But once the concert starts and once it ends, I think the storm chance will be a lot lower. Temperatures in the 80s. Here's what all this looks like on Futurecast, by the way. You notice it's kind of a widely scattered storm chance, and then it becomes a little more concentrated as we head through the early evening. Temperatures drop with the rain-cooled air moving in, and then overnight we could see the chance for an isolated storm or two, but most of the activity will be ending. So by Thursday, we're at 86 degrees for the high temperature. More of those thunderstorms moving in with that stationary frontal boundary. This disturbance comes basically in near New Orleans, rounds the curve up the Mississippi River up toward us, and that moisture, I mean, we're talking precipitable water values. That's what that is in the atmosphere. If you were to take the entire atmosphere from here to outer space and squeeze all the moisture out of it in one spot, how much moisture would you have? Well, at this point, it looks like between like 1 and 1.5, maybe 2 inches of that precipitable water. So that's like the maximum rainfall you could get at 1 second. But the problem is that that doesn't account for the uptick in the atmosphere due to lift, due to this front, because you can gather even more moisture there than what that says. So anyway, long story short, there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere to give us some heavy rain, especially south of the Ohio River on our Thursday. Multiple rounds of this moving through, what we call training of thunderstorms, round after round after round. And with storms starting and rain early in the morning, severe weather in the afternoon, I just don't think it's going to be a possibility, because we'll have so many clouds around and things will already be going. You need sunlight to fire things up, and we're just not going to really have a chance to do that. Kind of a secondary front moves in on Friday. I think we'll have some more thunderstorms during the afternoon, even though the North American mesoscale model isn't too excited about that here. So this is the RPM model. This is the kind of the in-house model that we use, and it shows upwards of maybe 4 inches of rain in a spot or two. I think that's overdone. I think maybe more common would be about 2-inch rain amounts with isolated 3 in a few spots. So that's what I think you can expect out of this with that isolated flash flooding threat. Slightly less of a storm chance by Saturday, only scattered storms then. But once we get rid of the bigger thunderstorm chances, here comes the heat again. We're up to 90 by Monday. Isolated storms through Tuesday. The earliest alert outlook shows us we're going to be in the 90s here. There is a chance, and I will say, some of the long-range data says we may try to cool down just a bit as we head through even a little bit after this time, but we'll see how that works out. There's some data coming in. You'll see the 80s there in the 8th and 9th that we may try to cool down a bit. Wouldn't that be nice if we had that in time for the state fair? We'll see. We'll see how that works, certainly. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm back at 11 tonight for Kevin. Watch us then, and of course, Christy's on at 4:30 in the morning. Visit us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at HokeyWX.